In the Destiny universe, humanity has traveled the stars, setting foot on various planets across the solar system, before a strange force wiped out the golden age of humanity, relegating us to a single city on Earth. Visiting the red planet of Mars set forth a series of events which would change the galaxy forever, all of which we'll discuss on today's Destiny lore video. The world building of Destiny is interesting. The games, especially the original Destiny, rely primarily on out-of-game content to fully flesh out the lore. One benefit of this is that you have a complex, fully realized universe, which I will attempt to synthesize today. I'll give a very basic overview of the lore of Destiny 1 and 2, and this video is meant for those of you who haven't played the games or have played the games but haven't overly investigated all the outside material. Just keep in mind that real deeper dives are outside the scope of what we're doing today. But let's get started. In the early 21st century, a mysterious entity known as the Traveler is discovered entering the solar system. It is met by humanity on our closest neighbor, Mars. Its arrival changed humanity forever, bringing forth new technology, which allowed the colonization of Mars, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and more, which had been largely terraformed by the Traveler and were habitable. As human lifespan tripled and we flourished throughout the solar system, humanity developed incredible technologies related to machinery, nanotechnology, space travel, medicine, artificial intelligence, and more. The Traveler, which is a cosmic entity of unknown origin and purpose, has vast powers, including use of the light, which, while tied intrinsically to the Traveler, also seems somewhat like the Force, in that it's perhaps a balancing element of the cosmos and nature. From all appearances, the Traveler itself appears to be benevolent, at least towards humanity, and may have even helped further species in the past ascend to new technological levels, perhaps for the good of the galaxy. However, as an avatar of light, the Traveler had an ancient enemy, the Darkness, described as symmetrical to the Traveler and a balance to the cosmos. The Darkness hunted the machine god, and its search eventually led it to the solar system. As an evil force, the Darkness somehow destroyed that which it came in contact with, and despite the attempts of humanity, it devastated almost all of the solar system, including Earth, and humanity was nearly destroyed. The exact mechanics or history of what happened here is unknown, but this major event would be referred to by future humans as the Collapse. The Traveler itself somehow confronted the Darkness, and in battle managed to drive its foe away. Those humans who remained resettled under the protection of the Traveler, which hovered, now crippled and gravely injured, over an area of Russia. Under the dying god, humanity created its final city, which was, over time, built up into a proper stronghold and protected by a fortified wall. As time went on, the city would also be populated by Exos, self-aware machines, and the Awoken, an offshoot of humanity, whose physiology was changed during the invasion of the Darkness, when they were trapped between the battle between light and dark as they tried to flee the solar system. Present in much greater numbers within the city were the last remnants of humanity. The city, the light, and the Traveler were protected first by the Iron Lords, and later Guardians, warriors against the darkness who were imbued with the power of the light. Their ranks were filled by long-dead warriors, resurrected by ghosts, a creation of the Traveler sent out before its hibernation. Ghosts not only brought Guardians back from the dead, but supported them during their travels and missions. Guardians were also advised by the Speaker, a quasi-religious leader of the city who advocated for humanity, spoke in the best interests of the light and the Traveler. With the solar system cleansed of human life, various alien species moved in and claimed territory, including the time-traveling Vex on Venus and Mercury, the insectoid and scavenging Fallen, the Hive, which has built vast underground networks in the Moon and Earth, and the Cabal, a powerful empire which has only begun to enter the galaxy, but has nonetheless secured Mars and established a massive military presence. So not only can humanity not recolonize the stars or even Earth, but these aliens push against the last city as well as each other. The Awoken and Exo have also established realms throughout the galaxy, while other alien races apart from the big four antagonists, also exist at various points. This includes, for example, the Nine, who rule the outer reaches of the solar system, as well as the Jovian and the Aphelion. During the events of Destiny, the Hive is preparing a massive push against the Traveler and Earth. A newly resurrected Guardian, aided by his ghost, is successful at preventing the invasion and preventing harm to the Traveler. As this is happening, the Guardian is also made aware of the growing threat of the Vex, which are said to be plainly and simply evil. Thankfully, the Guardian is able to destroy the heart of the Black Garden, which was somehow linked to and empowering the darkness, and the shroud of evil on the galaxy, and especially the planet Mars, is lifted, with the Traveler being somewhat healed. With the threat lessened, Guardians are able to establish small bases throughout the Milky Way, including on Titan. Later, the Taken, a faction comprised of corrupted members of the other non-human races, attack the solar system with a dreadnought. After they're defeated, the Guardians face off against the Fallen, who have been empowered by SIVA, self-replicating nanotechnology which was created on Mars by humanity before the collapse. The Fallen attack is thwarted, but a year later, during the events of Destiny 2, the last city is brutally attacked by the Cabal, led by Dominus Gall. The Cabal not only decimate and capture the last city, but drain the Traveler of Light, weakening the Guardians who rely on the being for power. What's more, with the light weakened and the Traveler now trapped by the Cabal who are experimenting on it, dead Guardians can no longer be revived across the solar system. We learn that the Cabal have moved in from who knows where with a much larger force compared to the small, perhaps scout militia which was pre-existing within the Milky Way. The Cabal is trying to harness the power of the Traveler, and they're able to dominate local space with the help of the Almighty, a star-killing superweapon. The Guardian, who is nearly killed by Gall, is able to reunite with various allies across the solar system, securing a pre-collapse war AI before leading a counterattack against the Cabal forces on Earth and the Almighty. The Almighty is disabled, removing the possibility of the solar system itself being destroyed, and the Guardian then moves on to Earth. Gall has now fallen deeper into his obsession with the Traveler and being the Guardian of the Light. However, he is eventually defeated in battle. Infused with the Traveler's light, he confronts the Traveler in spirit form, but the machine god is somehow reawakened and fires off a pulse of light, which destroys the Cabal leader once and for all. As the Traveler miraculously begins repairing itself, the fired light continues across the galaxy and beyond, shining across a fleet of ships in the intergalactic void. Whether this is the darkness itself manifest, another alien race, or something stranger is currently unknown. But most likely, these pyramidal ships will be the antagonist of Destiny 3. Still, with the Traveler seemingly returning to full functionality, it's hard to imagine a threat that the Guardians will not be able to overcome. But that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this pretty brief look at the lore of the Destiny universe. There is so much more to actually dig into if you guys are interested. I highly recommend you play through the first 2 games and the expansions, while also reading the grimoire cards if this is something that interests you. Is there a non-Star Wars, non-Halo universe you'd like me to take a look at next? Let me know that and more down in the comments. Personally, I think a video on Titanfall could be pretty cool, but I'm very curious to hear what you think. Anyway, until next time guys, this has been EckhartsLadder. May the Force be with you.